the sky is falling in Tucson. The Arizona Wildcats, they fell thanks to a 4-point play at the tail end of their game against the Washington State Cougars. And I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why the sky is falling for the Arizona Wildcats. It's because we've seen this, right? It's like turning on the sequel to Shrek, and you're like, oh, I've seen that ogre before. Sorry, Tommy Lloyd. I have seen all of these players. I have seen the same outcome. I've seen and heard the same team over and over and over again. Number 1 seed in the conference. Me and Damon, before conference play started on the BetMGM Sportsbook app, you could get the Arizona Wildcats to win the regular season in the Pac-12 at plus money, plus 100. I entertained it. Shame on me, because I said that was free. You're telling me you're going to give me the Wildcats, the only ranked team to win this conference? It's a good team. Great coach, great players. That's all I've heard. Well, Washington State just made that really, really difficult with their 77-74 win over the Arizona Wildcats on Thursday. And now what? Again, you look at conference play where this team has started to struggle time and again. And we got Clint in the chat. Clint is an Oregon State fan, so he's unbiased, really, in this entire argument. Okay? So you look at Arizona in conference play. They've lost to Stanford by 18. Stanford, not a very good team. They lost to Washington State now twice. They got swept by Washington State. 73-70 the first go-round, and then obviously the one last night where they lost 77-74. They also lost to Oregon State. Oregon State, I'm sorry, Clint. They're not very good either. 83-80. So now what? Guess what? This team, the Arizona Wildcats, probably going to win out in conference. You're going to see them probably cut down the net or be in the Pac-12 championship game. That's all fine and well. You can hang your Pac-12 banner, but when you get to the NCAA tournament, you're throwing out the same team, you're throwing out the same coach, and you're throwing out the same damn mess and disappointment that you saw last season. You may not get dealt Princeton, but I don't have any faith that the Arizona Wildcats are going to be able to make a run in the NCAA tournament. Because for the same reason that we talk about Arizona State being an embarrassment, right? You can only see it to believe it. I've seen Arizona State basketball. I've seen what they are. They're a team that doesn't want to play basketball right now. They lose. You expect it now. So for the Arizona Wildcats, drive down the 10, head to McHale. What do you see? It's the same damn thing over and over again. A really good team. Sometimes they play down to their competition. And guess what? You're going to hit the NCAA tournament, and it's going to be a team that probably relives this program's mistakes over the last couple of seasons. That's why the sky is falling in Tucson. Get yourself an umbrella. Take shelter, okay? Because Arizona State, they're not going to be making the NCAA tournament. And that's all fine and well. Because when it comes late March and the Arizona Wildcats are playing, you're going to have every single Sun Devil fan waiting and watching for that moment to click that send button on Twitter. And I know Donald doesn't have a Twitter. He's in the chat. Donald's going to be locked and loaded, ready to go, okay? Last season, when the Arizona Wildcats lost to Princeton, and we had Shane and Sean in the office, and the viewing area that we have here at PHNX Studios was packed full of people. Saul was front and center watching the game, and you started to see it slip away from the Arizona Wildcats to Princeton, a 15 seed. And me, Shane, and Sean, we all looked at each other. We're like, no way. It's going to happen. And so, respectfully, as us Sun Devil fans do, we decided to watch the remainder of the game from the back of the studios so that we didn't, interrupt Saul's viewing experience, something that he would remember forever, the Wildcats getting smushed by Princeton in Ivy League. In the moment that game was over, the three of us very calmly shook each other's hands, took the elevator down to the bottom of this office, and we cheered. I'm pretty sure we went on a walk to nowhere. We walked just around the Arizona Center and lost our minds because of that game. So, again, I'll tell you, Arizona fans, you can have your hope. You can have your dreams of doing something in the NCAA tournament. You've got more NIL money. Congratulations. You're spending it just to play a few more games this season. Appreciate you for playing. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. At least Arizona State fans can look themselves in the mirror and say, you know what? We know we're bad. At least that's what Arizona State fans can do. At the end of the day, Wildcat fans, they talk themselves into some sort of delusion year in and year out. So it really is a interesting cycle to watch everybody in Tucson kind of go through everything that they go through on a yearly basis.